So the first story is from the subreddit RelationshipAdvice.
Ooh.
And it's titled, I, 23 male, recently awoke to my girlfriend, 23 female, intentionally pouring water in my ears. What is the name of this behavior?
The name of the behavior. Irus, waterus, insideus. I don't know.
Well, if that's all, here you have a name.
Just make it sound like it comes from Latin somehow, and then, you know.
How would you react? I mean, I'm so curious, but how do you get to that point? You wake up and it's like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah. I would get a little bit scared, to be honest, if someone would do that to me without telling me, beforehand.
Okay. Well, let's see the story.
Yeah.
Title says it all. Okay, good.
Wow, imagine you give a title and then just write the title says it all and
That's
end
all.
it there.
It
there.
We end it there.
She doesn't even ask the question for what kind of
What
advice
is
she's looking. Oh man.
So, okay. I finally got most of the water out. My hearing is nearly normal. How much was... Okay. I was amazed at how much water was in there. I was amazed at how much of my hearing has been muffled.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
But I do have to say, sorry, before you begin, do you remember in your childhood when you will be like swimming in the alberca or the pool and you would get water in your ear? That was always one of the worst feelings I ever remember having as a child, because it would happen all the fucking time that I would just have water in my ear and
then you would start to be like,
I can't fucking get it out.
Get out.
And so
and then it slowly starts dripping out and you're like, oh.
Yeah. So if someone would do that to me, I would be like, okay, let's end the relationship here right now.
Yeah,
because I hate the feeling of
gross.
water inside my ear.
And it's especially like, why? Oh my goodness.
Go on. Sorry to interrupt.
It's so bad it leads me to suspect she's been pouring water in my ears for a long time. I still feel water deep in my left ear canal. But, okay, I'm just curious about the part that he's suspecting. Wouldn't you, know instantly?
Who did it?
No, not just who did it. That she did it. Like, if she did it several times, like, every night, you would know that just because it feels a certain way.
I would wake up. I mean, if I would be asleep, I would immediately wake up like, what
the heck?
Definitely. Yeah.
And especially because having water in your ear, at some point it drips out. You would not go unnoticed. I mean, you cannot live day by day and not notice that this is happening.
Yeah.
Right?
So even the OP sounds suspicious.
Yeah, like, what is going on with you two? Recently, I've been able to feel fluid in my ears. This has been going on for 2 weeks. 2 weeks?
That's way too long. Honestly, people sometimes do not know the limits of things, Like, for me, it would have taken one case, one time, in one day to already try to stop it, no matter what.
I mean, I would have been worried, at least the second day. If I had... it's just...
Yeah.
He didn't know it was the girlfriend. Waking up or whatever, realizing you have water in your ears. At least the second day, I would be worried for myself. Like, what is going on? I wasn't bathing or whatever. I didn't went swimming. Where does this water come from?
Yeah.
Like, I would be wondering and not living 2 weeks long. Like, I don't know what the sensation is happening here.
Oh, but you know what I find funny is imagining you, the first day, just thinking, maybe it's me, just dreaming. And just the second day it happens, you just open your eyes and you're like, okay, this is not normal.
Okay, I am kind of a gaslighter that gaslights themselves. Like, maybe there's a logical reason for this.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's me.
And there's another reason also if you notice it and ignore it. Like, there's some things where something annoys you and you're like, it's gonna go away, and it doesn't go away. But I don't know. It sounds more like he didn't realize anything was happening. Like, it was happening 2 weeks long, and it's like,
yeah. Nah.
Whatever.
Whatever. Exactly.
I used to have ear infections yearly as a kid. I have met with a doctor and ENT about feelings of an ear infection, Both reported nothing wrong. Okay, so he did notice it. I'm glad.
Okay.
Kind of glad. We think OP's very dumb because
I know. Like, we shouldn't be judging him so much, but we are judging him. Yep.
Just the way it's written, it's kind of odd, but okay. When she left the room, I laid on my back and some of water came out. My girlfriend made the disappointment lip smacking noise. Okay. You do before saying, "Oh man." I could hear her texting on her phone. She carefully climbed back into bed. She has no clue I know. The lip smack, the texting, she wasn't even trying to be silent when she got back into bed.
What?
This is another reason I suspect this hobby didn't start recently. I also don't understand. I'm like, what? My girlfriend is bipolar. My initial guess is this is some extreme behavior manifested by the illness. It's not her fault. There's kind of missing an explanation for... So how you know she did it and how did she do it and why is this now the reason you... What?
But the part I didn't understand was the lip smacking or slap or what? What?
She has the lip smack that...
I
don't know. So my girlfriend, she wrote, my girlfriend made a disappointment lip smacking noise you do before saying, "Oh man." Like, I think that, oh man.
Okay. Gracias for the explanation. Okay.
But then I could hear her texting on her phone. It's like, what was she texting then?
Well, let's finish the text and maybe we can figure it out.
Well, in theory, that was the end of the text.
Okay.
But then there's an edit. So edit 0. I apologize for my blanket statement that points fingers at bipolar. I have been in a state of fight and flight. I'm not thinking clearly. My body violently shakes on its own. I have never encountered such evil. Sorry, Opie, what? You write so funny. I'm sorry.
It's on in the subreddit of relationship advice, and he just never asked the question of what should I do.
It's still kind of like, how? What the context? You need to give us more context. What is going on? Right. Like, I don't understand. Still,
yeah.
In the comment below, I replied, as I originally wrote this, I had vague memories that bipolar partners sometimes want absolute control over the relationship. I apologize to those that have replied within the thread that suffer from bipolar. I didn't mean to say this behavior reflects you, just her. I apologize if I'm attributing a behavior to bipolar that doesn't fit under its umbrella. It helped me make a little more sense of what is going on. Then another edit or comment. Has anyone heard of something like this? I feel absolutely insane posting this. Last night doesn't feel real. Neither does feeling the water come out of my ears this morning. I'm filled with dread of who I've been dating for months. I plan on breaking up with her. First, I need to make sure I'm as safe as possible. I'm deeply concerned about what she does after she pours water in my ears. Who was she texting? What the fuck is going on in my apartment when I'm asleep?
but I just had to imagine, he needs to be in a safe space before he confronts her or anything, and I can just imagine the crazy girlfriend with the water bottle, just being there like yeah.
Okay, it's crazy, but let's assume he kind of caught her pouring water in his ear when she maybe thought he was sleeping.
Yeah.
How do you react to something like that? No, seriously, I'm like,
it's like,
what do you do with that then?
Would you define it as evil or just crazy?
I don't know. I think I maybe wouldn't straight away say that's evil because in my head, probably, I would think she's trying to prank me. Somehow.
Okay.
Like, I don't know why this was not his first thought, even though it's a weird prank, don't get me wrong. But it's also not very harmful. So I would have very fast been like, are you trying to prank me to see if I notice things or what's going on here?
And the fact that he never confronted her,
that's the thing.
It's also like
it's kind of
super weird. Like, if you would fully trust your partner, I would tell him or tell her straight away, like, hey, this has been happening to me for the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Can you help me, or are you doing this, or
Yeah, it's like talking, and then if she would be like hardcore denying, and he still catches her, she's still denying it, then I would be like, okay, this is psychopathic. That's wrong. It is a weird thing anyway. Like, why the heck are you doing this?
Yeah.
But it's also like, why are you not
saying anything?
Like asking anything. Like, maybe this is just a super childish, dumb prank. Like someone like making your pants wet all the time until you notice that something's off.
Yeah, definitely. I just have to imagine someone doing to me also a silly prank, and me just being like suspicious all the time but not say anything, just that's also but it is like both of them are weird in the sense of
very weird.
Maybe she's the one doing that prank and he is the one just letting it happen without saying anything.
It's just. But in the end, if that is, you cannot even talk about it, and it is something that is kind of violating you, because
it is
terrible what she's doing here. Yeah, end it, break up and go away, because you are not safe. But it's also like, if you want to give this a chance, at least talk to her and tell her you've noticed this, and ask her like, what the heck is going on here? And maybe there is some kind of weird explanation.
No, but as we also mentioned it before, like, you would immediately notice when you have water in your ears, you know? Like, it's not like he can keep on sleeping as if nothing happened when there is water in his ears. So
I'm also confused about...
He must be 100% sure of who is doing that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm kind of also missing in explanation here. How can she pour so much water in? He said he was amazed at how much water came out. How can she pour so much water in without you waking up?
Yeah, exactly.
What? Is she like drowning you and then pulling your head or something?
She would need like a special instrument, just to pour in the water that like... I don't know.
I have questions. I have many questions.
We can give you any advice, OP, if you do not give more details.
We are very unsure about the details here. What's going on? So top comments, maybe they ask the question.
Yeah.
Definitely make sure you're safe. That's unhinged behavior. You're honestly pretty lucky the water in the ear was the only thing going on. Get out ASAP. Someone down there replied, what's scary is that it's just the only thing he's caught on to. If that was me, I would be wondering what else goes on when I'm asleep. Check your valuables are still present. Damn. Yeah, I mean, it is very creepy that she's doing this when he's sleeping and trying to prank him, but I'm also still asking myself, I mean, I don't know, everyone is jumping on it. It's called abuse, go stay with friend and family, which, yes, of course, it's terrible. But it's also like... Can you explain a bit more?
Yeah, definitely.
Because the way it's written, I'm also a bit actually asking myself if not Opie is the crazy one here. What if she? I mean, he's just What
if he's the one doing that to himself and just blaming
her? And I mean, we only have his point of view, but it's like, what if he's twisting the story because he's the one that's maybe.
And he just wants attention online with one Reddit story. Oh my god.
I'm really curious if this person has like other posts. Only very weird answers. Honestly, Opie gives me very weird vibes. And also, why is his question how this behavior is called? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I think whatever it is called, you need to talk to her and then decide if you get the out or stay.
Yeah, no, the marveling thing about this situation is how it could go so far,
Yeah.
like such a creepy situation wouldn't go or last as long as 2 weeks, as he mentioned. But what I think it's also quite interesting is how just by reading his story we can already tell if he has weird vibes or not.
That's the thing. Yeah. I honestly, I'm really curious. Down in the comments, write us. write down below what you think. Do you think we're the crazy ones here, that we're not already jumping to the fact that he should leave and she's crazy and
we're
doubting
just
him?
building a conspiracy theory around an anonymous?
Or are you also getting
So
kind of
OP.
weird vibes from OP, and that maybe he's the one lying and maybe he's the crazier one and just portraying her as that? Because I really would like to know what you think. Maybe we get it totally wrong here.
Yeah.
But let's move on. That was a crazy,
that's what's
crazy story.
I think from all the episodes we've done so far, that has been the weirdest, less detailed story we've ever read so far. Yeah.
It was the first time I was actually doubting that OP is telling the truth here.
Yeah.
Which did happen. There were stories where actually it turned out OP was just portraying a different perspective.
How could they prove that?
Because a third party wrote the story. Someone that, not the victim that was blamed, but someone third, a friend that saw them on things like that. Or the daughter no one mentioned. There was this one story I think I read with Taylor or with a guest, I think, where actually the mother wrote terrible things about her twin sons, and how their twin sons hate her and everything and are ungrateful, and she told them that she regrets ever giving birth to them. And then the daughter wrote her side, and she never mentioned to have a daughter. And it turned out that the mother was lying.
I love that level of chisme
It's
when
like,
someone
woo!
can just prove the contrary.
I'll have to try to do a episode where we can have like double views.
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to find, but I'll see if I can.
Imagine.
That would be amazing. Yeah.
Let us know also if you would like those kind of stories where we get like 2 points of view from the same situation.
Or send them to us.
Yeah.
Send them to us. You can send the link in the chat or DM us on Instagram and let us know if you find a story like that, because they're hard to find, but they're so amazing. Okay, here.
The precious hidden gems in writing.